Kyla Hope, student number 00103950T. The assessment task 1 of Naturopathic Framework.
I, Alexandra, on this day, the 15th of May, agree to the inclusion of my contribution in this DVD video assessment, the nature of which has been explained to me. I understand that my contribution will be viewed by an assessor at the college for the purpose of assessment and marking. I am over the age of 18 and have agreed to be part of this DVD video assessment on a voluntary basis. I understand that this DVD video assessment or part of it may also be used for the purpose of further review at the college or used in moderation for validation processes. I understand and agree that my personal details and this DVD video assessment will be stored and archived in accordance with the college policy and procedure. I have read and understood the college privacy policy and procedure found at www.think.edu.au/policies and forms. My contribution has, to the best of my knowledge, been truthful and honest. I have not deliberately sought to conceal any relevant facts from the markers of this DVD video or the assessment reviewers.
I, Lisa Hope, 15th of May, agreed to the inclusion of my contribution to this DVD assessment, the nature of which has been explained to me. I understand that my contribution will be viewed by an assessor at the college for the purpose of assessment and marking. I'm over the age of 18 and have agreed to be part of this DVD video assessment on a voluntary basis. I understand that this DVD video assessment or part of it may be used for the purpose of further review at the college or used in moderation for validation processes. I understand and agree that my personal details and this DVD video assessment will be stored and archived in accordance to the college policy and procedure. I've read and understood the college privacy policy and procedure and found www.think.edu.au/policies/forms. My contribution has, to the best of my knowledge, been truthful and honest. I have not deliberately sought to conceal any relevant facts from the makers of this DVD video or the assessment review.
Okay, thanks. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is give you a fact sheet, give you both a fact sheet to read. Okay, and now I'm going to tell you about naturopathy and principles and stuff. Okay, so the central philosophies of naturopathy are vitalism and holism. Vitalism is described as a vital force in homeopathy. In holism, each therapeutic modality has a context within which disease and healing occur. So going back to vitalism, the principles of this philosophy are, there's 3 of them, that there is more to live than that there is more to live than just the physical. Life cannot be explained by materialism or mechanism. There is something extra to materialism which could be called positive life energy. Okay, so vitalism is believed to regard the body and soul as 2 separate entities. Because of this, vitalism can help to cure any mental or emotional issue a person may have. The body and soul are seen as separate, therefore when the soul is having problems, the body will also fall ill. So it's not just that the body will be ill, it's that the mind will be ill too. By curing all mental problems and any other problems a client may have with themselves, you can go on to cure the body. Holism is when a person interacts with society, nature and the spiritual world and the broader universe. If any of these are out of balance, a person will become ill. So if a person has a chemical imbalance, for instance, their social environment and interactions with the broader universe will be limited and they will be considered ill by holism. So do you understand that?
Yeah.
So these 2, holism and vitalism, differ from other philosophical traditions of Western medicine because they were so based on body and soul as two separate entities as other philosophies such as nutrition believe that illness is purely based on the imbalance within the body or a lack or overconsumption of certain foods. So most philosophies are about the body and its functions, as holism and vitalism are about body and soul. The way I apply naturopathic philosophy to my own health practice are when I follow the 6 principles. These principles are the healing power of nature, so the way natural foods as like plants and everything can heal you. To treat the cause, so treat the illness that the person is having. First, do no harm, so find out what's wrong with them before I even start doing anything. Doctor as teacher, so teach them what I'm also doing to them, so they know as well for their own interest. Treat the whole person, so like I said, as holism and vitalism do, don't just treat the body, treat the soul as well, to make sure that the whole of them is healthy. And then to prevent the illness coming back. All of these are important because they help the patient in every way. Rather than help the client in one way, I would rather help the client in every single way possible. Methods of treatment used by naturopaths include nutrition, herbal medicine, homeopathy, massage and counselling. So now I'll describe what each of these different methods are. Nutrition is the study of nutrients and the digestion, absorption and use of these. Herbal medicine is the study of herbs and their healing methods. Homeopathy is when minute doses of animal, vegetable and mineral substances can stimulate the body's defence mechanisms and fight illness. So only little bits of those few things can cure you. Massage is the oldest form of healing and involves different motions physically pushed into the back or any other part of the body, doing so with their hands. These movements can relieve stress and tension and assist in emotional health and mental well-being. Counselling helps to express and discuss any difficulties and problems they may have. It helps clear their head and make their emotional and mental state better. These therapies work together well because they work in different ways, but using them together at the same time may put too much stress on the body and the person's being as a whole. So not just their mind, but the way their body functions and the way they think and everything. So nutrition should not be used on a long-term basis without regular monitoring and reassessment. Nutrition is mainly for malnourished patients and people unable to gain all their nutrients from the foods they eat. And it also is to help people with diets and the way that they're eating to make sure they're getting all the nutrients from their foods. Herbal healings should only ever be used after seeing a medical expert. This is because they can diagnose the problem to help find suitable herbs to make you better. And also you should only take herbs a recommended dosage. So you should only have a recommended dose of each of these herbs, and because some of them can be poisonous, you should listen to the doctor or the natural health consultant as to how much you should take.
I didn't know that.
The herbs can be poisonous. Depends on, like, even with any herb, they'll tell you how to take it or what to do with it, because otherwise if you do it in a separate way, it can cause you harm.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
And it's the same with when they're making it up. They should always, you've got to be careful with where you buy things from, because it can be contaminated. Like, they might not have sterilised all their things, and if it's contaminated, that can even cause you harm.
So is that like the manufacturer?
Yeah, got to be careful where you get it from, because if you just get it from somewhere like a random little stall, you don't know how it's been made. Homeopathy should never be used as a vaccination. It cannot replace a true vaccination, as they've been scientifically measured to help prevent serious injuries and serious diseases. So homeopathy helps to cure different diseases, but they can't say they say that, you know, you can give somebody a mild dosage of a small dosage of the chickenpox to cure the chickenpox, but it's with homeopathy, some of that can't do that. It can't be cured. So what I'm trying to say is make sure you don't look at homeopathy as if it is a treatment when they're like, just say for like chemotherapy, I can't say do homeopathy and it will make you better, as you can go and get chemotherapy and it will make you better. So homeopathy, it shouldn't be used as a vaccination because it can't necessarily cure that vaccination.
Would it be used as like a relief?
Yeah. Massage should not be used on open wounds, acute injuries, or even cancer. And counselling should not be used when a client is seeking advice. So counselling is to help find new ways to think about things, not give answers to problems. So you go to a counsellor not to get all your problems solved. Yeah, it's only to like make you think more positively or think completely differently about a situation.
Yeah.
So naturopathy works with conventional medicine in the way of curing illnesses and minimising symptoms. It is better than conventional medicine. It's better than conventional medicine because it works to fix the body and mind as a whole rather than just fix the illness at hand. Okay. To an appointment, to any naturopathic appointment, you need to bring a medical history and a family medical history and a diet diary. So the diet diary is obviously so I know what it is that you eat and the way, even an exercise diary, just so I know the way you treat your body. And the medical history is obviously so I know any previous illnesses that you or your family members have had, so I can either rule them out or can tell that it is those that are affecting you. The content of the consultation would be to ask the client about their medical history and ask what it is that has made them want to come and see me today. I would then talk them through the procedures I would use to help them and assess their illness, such as urine tests, blood typing, hair analysis, and live blood analysis. As a practitioner, I would help document everything within the consultation. I would keep everything that I've documented within the consultation. This would be medical history, family medical history, diet diary, what has been said by the client, the current problem, the previous problems, what I did and what I will do. So documentation is important because it helps keep track of everything that is happening with a client. It is easier to do that because otherwise I'm not actually going to be able to remember every single thing that has happened in the consultation. The documentation is kept in a folder and is confidential. Only the practitioner and the client may know what is in the file. So legal guidelines for the clinic would be the occupational health and safety guidelines. For example, all sharp objects to be put away and made safe. To help prevent people from getting ill, I would place sanitizer in the clinic and just make sure that all around there's work health and safety guidelines everywhere. To not just cover my clinics, but to make sure that everybody within my clinic, employees or clients, are health and safety, safe. So to make sure the clinic follows all guidelines, then the privacy of my patients is the most important thing, and it will always be kept that way. Obviously, because you go into any appointment or consultation wanting things to be kept private, you don't want everybody knowing all your business. So anything that happens within the consultation will stay within the consultation. The ATMS code of conduct would be followed also because I believe it makes the workplace feel more comfortable and at ease. I will always need to make sure my clients are happy and comfortable within my clinic as well as my employees. So the code and conduct is again the privacy as well as everybody feeling safe within the environment and that my employees and I get along and all that sort of stuff. So, any questions?
What's blood typing?
Blood typing is when you take blood to find out your blood type. Find out your blood type and to find out if you have any food intolerances or health conditions linked to your blood type.
If you already know what your blood type is that easier?
Well,
Or
I
do you
would
still take blood?
I'd still take blood. Only just because I'd need to double check and I'd be able to test your blood to see what else is in your system that is an intolerance. Well, thank you for listening and enjoy your day.